Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm one of the designers at Wool in the Gang. We are a DIY fashion brand and we specialise in knit and crochet kits so that you can make your own clothing and accessories. Today I'm at Technology Will Save Us HQ and we've been working on a little collaboration to join the good forces of our Jersey Be Good yarn, which is made from recycled t-shirt scraps, and Technology Will Save Us DIY Thirsty Plant kit to make this crochet pot cover. So let's see what you get in the Thirsty Plant kit. Okay, so this is the DIY Thirsty Plant Kit Deluxe, and inside you get your seeds, your plant pot, and you get your acrylic paints to decorate your pot with, but today we won't be using those, we'll be using our yarn to crochet the cover. And then you get the all-important technical supplies. So the DIY Thirsty Plant Kit uses a moisture sensor, which is powered by a solar panel, which is great so that you can tell if your plant needs watering so it doesn't die. In order to crochet the cover, today we'll be using our Jersey Be Good yarn, and this colour is jog grey. You will need a 10mm or US size 8 crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a little scrap of yarn which will act as your yarn marker. And the techniques I'll be showing you today, I'll be showing you how to make a slip knot, how to make a foundation chain, work a slip stitch, and work in single crochet. And that's all the techniques you need to make this pot for your Deluxe DIY Thirsty Plant Kit. Let's get started. So you're going to crochet a cover for the pot that comes in your Deluxe DIY Thirsty Plant Kit. So let's have a look at the pot. Here it is. And you're going to begin crocheting the base, and then you'll work the sides to cover the whole pot so that your cover looks something like this. Okay, begin by taking your Jersey Be Good yarn. This is jog grey. Okay, so you're going to begin by making a slip knot. So take your yarn as the end and cross it over so it's like that, and pinch it where the two ends cross so you've got a loop. Now you're going to lie that short strand underneath, pinch onto the short strand, and now you've got a loop which you can adjust like so. So take your hook, this is a Rosewood Wool in the Gang hook, size 10mm, or if you're in the US, that's a size 8. So what you want to do is adjust that slip knot so that the loop sits not too tight over the hook. So now you're ready to get started. So I always hold the yarn like this to begin crocheting, but it depends, it's a personal preference, but what you want to do is make sure that the yarn is under tension. So what you need to do, you're going to start by making a foundation chain. So to do this, wrap the yarn around your hook and then pull your hook towards you whilst pinching on to that knot there and pull it through the loop. So this is your first chain, and you're going to do 3 in total. So yarn around your hook again, pull it through that loop. So now you can see you've got 1, 2. Yarn over again, pull it through that loop, and now you've got 3. So now you're going to join your foundation chain into a little ring, and this will form the base of your pot cover. So you need to take your hook and put it through this gap, and that's the first chain stitch you made, so you need to go through that stitch like so. Now you're going to do a slip stitch to join this foundation chain into a ring. So to do that, see you've got 2 loops. Now wrap the yarn round and pull it through that first loop and then through the second. So now you've joined all those stitches into a ring, like so. So now find the center of your ring, it's there. Pop your hook through. So what you're going to do now is to form the next round to start building out the base. So you're going to make 6 single crochet stitches into that ring. So wrap the yarn around your hook, bring it through. So you've now got 2 loops on your hook. Now bring the yarn around your hook again and bring it through both of those loops. So that there is the first of your 6 single crochet stitches which you're making into this ring. So to make your second, put your hook through the center of the ring, wrap the yarn around the hook and pull it through, and you'll see you've got 2 loops again. Wrap the yarn round, put it through both those loops. So now you've got 1, 2 single crochet stitches. So you just keep repeating those steps until you've got 6 in total. So yarn into the middle of the ring, yarn around the hook, pull it through, yarn over the hook, pull it through both. So that's 3. 4. 5. 6. So now what you need to do is join your round using a slip stitch, and you will do this at the end of every round. So to do that, what you want to do is just count back and make sure you're going into the first single crochet stitch that you made. So you know you've made 6, so just count back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to make the slip stitch into that first stitch, single stitch that you made. So take the yarn underneath there, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through, and then pull it through again. So yes, you will do that at the end of every single round that you make when you're making your pot. So now what you want to do is make a chain stitch. So you wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through, and now it's time to use your yarn marker. So a yarn marker is just a little scrap of contrast colour jersey, and you can place it in your work to mark the start of each round that you make, and this sort of lets you off the hook when it comes to counting your stitches, because you don't have to count, you can just see where this yarn marker is. So once you've worked your chain stitch, lie the yarn marker across your work, and so that will mark your place. So to begin your next round, you will now increase your stitches. So I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet increase. So what you need to do is, let's just make sure I'm in the right place. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you will work a single crochet stitch as normal. So go into the stitch, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull it through, yarn over your hook, put it through both. So that's just a normal single crochet stitch. And to make a single crochet increase, you will go back into exactly the same space that you just went into and repeat the same steps. So yarn over your hook, pull it through, yarn over your hook. So basically from where there was 1 stitch, you've now got 2. So you're making increases. So you're going to repeat that 5 more times so that you will end up with 12 stitches in total in your round. So put your hook into the next space, yarn around, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. And then into the same space again, yarn around, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, both. So just keep repeating these steps until you can count 12 stitches all the way around, or until you reach your yarn marker, because that's what it's there for, to mark where you need to stop working that round. So you've reached your yarn marker, so count back your stitches just in case, just to make sure that you've got 12 and that you've not gone wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, perfect. So as I said earlier, to finish every round, you will join your round using a slip stitch. So you will go into this gap here. So you know how to make a slip stitch now. Wrap your yarn around your hook, pull it through, then pull it through. So that is your round joined. So you will now make a chain stitch, pull out your yarn marker and reposition it. So you're ready to work your next round. So for your next round, you will also be increasing, but instead of increasing into every stitch, you will increase into 1 stitch and then work just a normal single crochet stitch, because you want to make your piece increase gradually and you don't want to end up with a ruffle, because that wouldn't make a very good base for a pot. So you're going to go into this space and make a single crochet increase. So yarn around hook, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both, and then to make the increase you go back into that same space. So you now have 2 stitches coming out of 1 stitch, so effectively an increase. But for the next stitch, just work a normal single crochet stitch, like so. And then for the following one, you'll work an increase by working 2 stitches into 1 space, and then just a normal single crochet stitch. And just repeat those steps all the way around and you will end up with 18 stitches. Okay, now that you've reached the end of your round, do the usual and join it with a slip stitch. And chain 1 stitch, pull out your yarn marker and reposition it. Okay, so once you've completed that round, you'll have 18 stitches, and now you want to work another increase round to take that number up to 24 stitches. So go into that first stitch and work a single crochet increase. So that just means 2 single crochet stitches into the same stitch of the previous row, like so. And now you're going to work 2 normal single crochet stitches, so that means single crochet into the single crochet stitch in the row below, and then repeat that once more. So essentially it's single crochet increase, single crochet 1, single crochet 1, and this means that your increases are more spread out so you don't end up with a ruffle. So work a single crochet increase, and as usual join your round with a slip stitch, like so, and make 1 chain stitch and reposition your marker. So now on this round you're going to do something a little different. So instead of increasing, you're going to just work 1 stitch for every stitch, which will mean that your number will stay the same at 24 stitches in total. And what you're going to do is you're only going to work the single crochet stitch through the back loop of each stitch. So you can see how there's 2 strands, you're just going to go through here. And that makes a ridge like this. So it makes a nice fold so that your cover keeps the shape of the pot. So your first stitch will look like this. So take it through just that one strand and work a single crochet stitch as normal. And then just repeat all the way around. So into that one strand, yarn over the hook, pull it through, yarn over, pull through both. And you can see this line beginning to form. So just repeat that all the way around to make the crease. You're going to start building up the size of your pot, and you will still use increase rows, but you won't increase as many, which will make the sides slant out more gradually. So what you'll do is in your first stitch, make a single crochet increase. So 1, 2. And now you're going to work 7 normal single crochet stitches. And now you're going to make another single crochet increase. And then work 7 single crochet stitches as normal. And you're going to work your third single crochet increase. And if you've counted correctly, you should have 7 stitches left, which will mean that all of your increases will have been evenly distributed. And join your round with a slip stitch. And you should now have 27 stitches in total. So make your chain, reposition your marker. And you will now work a second increasing row. So make a single crochet increase into your first stitch. And this time you're going to work 8 single crochet stitches in between each increase. So if you just repeat working a single crochet increase and then working 8 normal single crochet stitches twice more, it will mean that you'll have increased 3 stitches in total, giving you a grand stitch total of 30 stitches. Make a chain stitch and reposition that marker. So now that you've established the sort of base shape of your pot, you're going to work 2 rounds in single crochet where that's all you do. You don't do any increasing, you don't do anything strange, it's completely straightforward. So beginning with your first stitch, work in single crochet all the way around for 2 entire rounds. You're just building up the size of your pot now. Okay, so now you've reached the end of that second round, so join it, make your chain, reposition your marker. You're now going to work your final increasing round, so this is the last row of increasing that you'll do to get your pot to the final circumference. So begin by working a single crochet increase into that first stitch, and then work 9 normal single crochet stitches. So you might sometimes find a join in your Jersey Be Good yarn, and that is because it's a recycled yarn and made from strips of t-shirt material. So if you do come across one of those, that's fine. Just pull it into a loop so that you've got two sides of the loop are long enough to then sew in those ends at the end, and just ignore it and carry on crocheting. So now work your next single crochet increase after you've done those 9 normal single crochet stitches. So there you go, and then work another 9 normal single crochet stitches. Let's just double check that was 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now you'll work your final single crochet increase to there. And then work 9 single crochet stitches to the end of your round. So now that you've completed that round, join it and make your chain, and you should have a total of 33 stitches. So now to finish off the pot for your Deluxe DIY Thirsty Plant Kit, you will need to work 2 rounds straight single crochet. So as you've done before, just work 2 plain single crochet rounds, and then your cover will be complete. So join your last round with your slip stitch, and you can pull out that marker now, you don't need it anymore. And what you're going to do to fasten off that last stitch, take your scissors and cut approximately 10 centimeters away, doesn't really matter how far, and just pull on your hook, and that will fasten off that stitch so it's not going to unravel. And you've finished the crochet part of your pot cover. So to completely finish it, you'll want to sew in these ends. So take your tapestry needle and thread the yarn through it. Might just give it a bit of a wiggle, but it'll go through. And what you want to do is you want to hide this end on the inside. So I take your cover and go through one of these stitches here so that the yarn end is on the inside of your pot, and pull it tight so that gives a nice neat join. And then just weave in this end through these bumps that you can see on the inside. There's not a right or wrong way to do this, just as long as you weave it through a few of the bumps so that it's not going to come unravelled. And sort of zigzagging back and forth helps to keep it secure, or however you want to do it. So there you go, that should be secure now, and just repeat the same for any other ends that you've got on the inside of your pot. So now the moment of truth. Take your Deluxe DIY Thirsty Plant Kit pot and pop it inside. And it's quite a snug fit, so you might need to work it around a bit, but you pull up the sides, push it in, and there you go. You have your crocheted cover in Wool & Gang's Jersey for Good yarn. So this is what your DIY Thirsty Plant Kit will look like once you've finished it. So pop this moisture sensor into the soil, and then pop the acrylic section into the soil also, and it will mean that the LED will blink when you need to water your plant. So this is what your Deluxe DIY Thirsty Plant Kit should look like once it's all assembled. You've got your crochet cover, and this is what the solar panel sensor looks like. It should be put into the soil so that the moisture sensor is in contact with the soil, and so you'll know when you need to water your plant. Thanks for watching the video. All links to the products we've used are in the description, and stay tuned for any further collaborations which we're planning on doing. Thank you.